You're gonna pay what? You're gonna pay the full $100 Lego tile for this one. $100%. We got so if you look on the scroll down here, down at the bottom, so there are a couple of milestones. We hit $100. A thing called Go Fig. I'm still working out exactly what that's going to be, but we'll put together a custom minifig. It's a pretty simple goal to hit. As it goes on, there's more stuff. There's one milestone I dropped in there that, you know, at a certain milestone, we'll play some marbles on stream for prizes. We can give back to everybody who steps up and is generous and helps us get there. So just some fun stuff. I have an entire pile of minifig parts, so we can come up with an appropriate milestone minifig, I think. There's a lot of bottles of wine floating around this hotel, too. I think this is like the third one I've seen. So what's everybody been up to today? What have we been watching? What are we looking forward to? What are we doing this weekend? Is anybody going away? Is anybody going anywhere? Are we beaching it? Are we still bunkered down and people are scary? What's the plan? I think my plans are pretty... Agent is going to live inside a virtual world for at least the foreseeable future, if not longer. We may never hear from Agent again. Just gonna get sucked into the void. Oh, I'm sorry. The metaverse.
Thank you.
Anonymous just donated $100. St. Jude. Whoever you are, whoever donated that, thank you so much. That is a wildly generous contribution. Thank you so much for helping the kids. That means we hit our first milestone, which is the minifig milestone. What do we think we want? I literally have probably a few hundred minifigs out there. What theme are we going for? What do we want to put together? We can mix and match. Let's start with the easy question. Are we going for aliens? Are we going for male, female? What do we want? I leave it entirely up to you guys. You've been running your first influencer marketing campaign? So I've been watching more Twitch than I ever have, and work won't stop for holidays. Oh, you got to take time, though. Dude, seriously? I know exactly how you feel. I know what that bug is like, but you've got to keep it balanced. Don't burn out. That's rough. All right. Someone suitable for the throne of the alleged Lion Knights. Cast. Oh. I don't know if I have knight stuff. So the knight minifig parts did not come in
Thank you.
to the local yet. Chosen One, thank you for that $60 donation. That is awesome. Thank you so much. That's cool. Did you fill out all the stuff so that you get the sticker pack? Pretty sure it's an automatic thing that comes up, so. Thank you so much. Already at $165. You guys rock. All right. So when I say I may have a lot of minifig parts, you gonna put one on the cart? Nice. Nice. All right, someone suitable. Do they have to be like throne quality? Let's see. Someone suitable. All right. We go with a shifty evil king kind of guy. What's up with the scroll bar? I'm not seeing a scroll bar. What? We went out to a Jim's for my sister's birthday, and they only had lemon pie, so we left and went to another Jim's that had more pies. Oh, are you referring to the St. Jude Play Live thing? It's actually not in the middle. It's at the bottom of this window, of the main build window, and above the stream goals. And I wanted to make sure to keep it out of the pile for the drop game. I didn't want it to get buried behind it. A king, suitable for a king. I do have a box of stacked heads of all kinds and varieties. All right, are we going serious? Are we going like an undead king? We can go with like zombies and vampires and... Wait a minute, we got skulls. Does it have to be a king? What about a queen? Can we make a queen? You like undead? All right, let's go with somebody undead. We could also do like an ice queen or something. Let's see what we can get. Let's do... Hoi, Fargonaut. Absolutely a queen? All right, how's this? We'll use this head. I think this will work. Nice, scary queen. You said a person who is worthy. Okay, good. All right, I think I already see the one solution here. Let's see if we can't get this focused back up. There we go. All right, so I mean the obvious choice here is the crown, but we don't have to go with that. We can be creative. We can have... She can be a modern undead queen. We can kind of give her a raven's skull, something out of the Chima line. Actually, I kind of like that idea a little bit. Got some bunny heads, we got some panda heads. We can go with the kind of piratey theme there. I'm curious about the score. There are a lot of great... Check Discord. Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. The St. Jude's bar that says 165 raised and everything with the little scroller over the top of it. Right, no, that's intentionally there. Wait, see the bar by the... Oh, I do see it now. What is that? I see it. All right, that's weird. All right, it's gone now. I don't... That's where the donation alerts are supposed to pop up, but I didn't see the bar. Okay, we're good. Got it. Man, I was looking right past... I thought everybody was just talking about the St. Jude play bar down at the bottom there. You know what? I kind of like the So do we want a crown? I really like that raven skull kind of look. I think we're going to end up with like a super evil queen, which is really not great for children, but you know. But should she be like the evil undead pirate queen? The Raven Queen? I know we're talking about castle level queens. Let's see. I think other than like the King's Crown, I don't really have one. Of course, we could just do hair too. You just give her some appropriate queenly hair. I kind of do like the Raven's head though. So like if we drop that in there and kind of go with something like that. Now we have to find some appropriate attire. See what we can do. Crown and hat. So we do elephant. Or we could go totally dark. Hang on. This could be cool. What do you think about something like that? I don't know. What do we think? Ravenhead or the Pacific Islander style mask? We gotta find her some appropriately dark, like, vibe clothing. The helmet? With the black one or the red one, Otaku? That red one's pretty cool. The black one? Alright. Black helmet. Now everybody's going to really, really start to see the depths. So these are all torsos. So we are making for the $100 challenge. The goal and the idea was to make a custom fig out of all these bajillion minifig parts I have. And Brian suggested the idea that we needed someone worthy to sit on the throne of the upcoming castle set. So we've decided to go with a very dark, undead queen who will lead the knights in the castle. Now we got to find appropriate attire for her. We can go, well, I think that's kind of a little bit too on the nose, and it's got a giant spider in the middle of it, but I kind of like it. We got a few options here. Let's see. We don't have to stick with black either, do we? We can get something. St. Jude, Deanna. Exclamation mark St. Jude. So I'm going to run it all weekend long. It'll go through the weekend and kind of getting a head start on it since I don't know when I'll be able to stream on Saturday because I'm doing Crossing the Streams. So I wanted to get a head start. Hans, I think our queen has a raven head helmet. I think we're the baddies. Could be. Definitely through the holiday weekend. at the minimum. We'll see if things go well and we hit the goal early. You know how it is. I'm always down to extend the goal and extend the time. I'm very cognizant of the fact that we do raise a lot of money for charity here, which I absolutely love. But I also want to be cognizant of the fact that donor fatigue is a thing. We can't help everybody, but when we have an opportunity for a really good cause like this, I just want to make sure we're giving it a fair shake and we raise, as much as we can. So these are my two options. I'm looking. I have a lot of city style stuff. Oh, we could make her the evil French Raven Queen. No? Okay. What else do we have here that would work? I do have one. I don't know how well that goes with the black raven head, but we'll see. But she's not evil, far from it. In fact, very opposed to undead. Raven Queen is a god of the dead in Grey Hall campaign setting. There we go. So like a benevolent evil queen? I'm down with that. I'm absolutely down with that. Let's see. We put her in a ski vest. We can go for maximum confusion and just put her in like a shell bustier and just freak out all of the knights. So here's some options. We got sort of like that vampire-y looking thing. I like the spider with the spider webs. We can suit her up in the blue armor. We can give her a bikini top. What else we got? She's neutral, neither good nor evil. Oh wait, I guess that's kind of an exo knight sort of. There's a lot of blue. There's a lot of light colors for knights and queens and things. What else can we do? We can make her like the evil undead Raven Queen from the future with that kind of Tony Stark vibe going on. Actually, that's actually kind of cool. Looks like an evil Raven Queen version of Bane meets Tony Stark. All right. And do we want shorty legs? Is she short or is she like a normal size fig? It does kind of have a Plague Doctor feel going on, doesn't it, Fargonaut? Normal size? All right. Let me shuffle these back over. All right, here we go. So we can actually do like robes or dress style too. So we can go. That looks a little trippy. We can do something like that. Kind of cool because she's got like a vial of something hanging off her dress. What else? We have a simple black one. Where'd it go? We have kind of a spider web effect. You like this one? It does kind of complete the look, right? Sort of like a futuristic Plague Doctor sort of thing. Want to check out the spiderweb one? Here's the spiderweb version. But I'm biased for spider, right? I get it. So here's the first one again. I like this because she's kind of got that. The top has purple in it. There's a little bit of purple in the mask. The lower portion, it's torn. She's got a stitched up kind of slit in the dress. She's got, I don't know if that's a book of spells or what. She's got some sort of vial or something on there. She's got a cool back print that matches the front. She's hands-on badass queen. All right, there we go. There's our queen. Queens need a scepter, though, don't they? Is she a warrior queen? Instead of a scepter, we give her a sword and a shield? I feel like she'd have to be a warrior queen. A badass battle axe. Let's see what we got. Lego doesn't make a long... No, but you could go with... It's a pretty healthy sized scimitar. We could do... Oh, we could get... We could get totally out there. We could probably drop a gem or something. Is she a sorcerer queen? Do I have the set with a baby skull? I don't think I do. We do have... And I can upgrade this to like a two-handed battle axe. I could actually probably upgrade it to like a double-edged battle axe. Let's see. She can have a trident. We can make her super scary and give her Thor's hammer. That staff has man-catcher field to it. So what do we think? You just laugh at Thor's hammer? So we think staff. All right, staff. And I think the staff needs a gem. We need a gem for our staff. Let me see what I got. I have a few. I'm not 100% sure where they all are. I have too much. I have too many minifigure parts. All these parts that I've pulled out is like half. All right, the question is, does she get a blood red gem in her staff or a blue? I really want to do the whole Morpheus thing right now. Take the blue pill. The red? All right. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a purple. If I did, that... Oh, wait. I have pink. I have a darker blue. Hang on. I don't have a lot of gems. So these are the other two. But I think the pink's too light, and then there's the red. Oh, it's kind of purpley pink. Red still? Okay. Red is vicious, pink is too cutesy. All right, so there we go. Our I don't even know what. She's like the plague doctor, undead, sorcerer queen from the future. I don't know. She does look pretty badass though. All right, we got it. Now we need some misfortune cookies. We can rock a misfortune cookie. All right. In honor of our new queen, this is the perfect music. Even worse. It's so dark that she screws it all up. It can't get focused because of where she is. That's she falls over at the end. It's a kerplop. All right. So I guess she goes well with the misfortune cookie vibe, right? Oh God, you know what? Hang on a second. Hang on. I think she needs one more thing. With her evil, twisted teddy bear. I think we got it. I mean, because... Grumpy frickin' teddy bear. I think his mouth is sewn shut. Is his mouth sewn shut? It is. Yeah, there we go. All right. And the misfortune cookie is now basically here's this is going to be like the queen's address to her people. All right, hang on. There we go. Having lots of out of focus today. Here we go. With the jet black fortune cookie. Which, by the way, these just taste like normal fortune cookies. There's nothing content-wise different about them, except these have black. Black food coloring to make them black. They taste exactly like the ones you get with your takeout. But the fortunes are a little bit darker. You know what I'm going to have to do? I hate when I have to do this, but here we go. Thea, I found these like a really long time ago, and they're almost impossible to find in stock in the US because they're made by a German company. But every now and then you can get lucky and find them on Amazon. They're expensive as crap. They work out to about $2 a cookie. So for what they are, they're kind of pricey. And this one's actually tame. You'll catch all kinds of things as an early bird, but never the worm. Maybe you catch plague. What did you drop in on? That was odd. What, the black fortune cookie, the light show? What? How you doing, Kat? So we had a St. Jude goal to build a minifig with chat participation. Brian came up with the idea that it needed to be a ruler, a person, appropriate for commanding the knights in the upcoming castle set. And we went with an undead queen with a raven helmet, an arc reactor, apparently, I guess that's what that is. So she sort of has this sort of evil vibe while being a plague doctor from the future wizard who stitched her teddy bear's mouth shut. The light show with demented. Oh, because I put her up here. I just had her up there because that camera won't focus like that. So with the light show, it just became this really. I told you we were starting a cult. Wasn't kidding. Indoctrination element 1 complete. And then we did a misfortune cookie, which is basically a black fortune cookie. Of course I want to start a cult. Doesn't everybody? An end time religion. Which is basically a cult. I gotta find my other, there it is. An apocalyptic religion, how's that? Not me, too much responsibility being in a cult. It's not wrong. I mean, it's true. All right, so there's our queen. I'll put her over by the calendar, which is wrong because I didn't update it yet again. Yeah, now we got to figure out how to build like the freaking bizarre go-kart. That one's going to take a while. But it'll get worked out when we get there. Meanwhile, our hapless tourist who thought she was just going to a nice boutique hotel for a vacation ended up in the middle of that. Have too much responsibility in your normal life. Why would you want more? But see, that's the great thing. All those responsibilities would go away. You wouldn't have to do anything. Only what the cult commanded. You wouldn't even have to think. The cult would think for you. It'd tell you how to think, when to think, if to think. If anything, it would be taking responsibilities off your plate. Not if I'm leading. Yeah, no. You don't want your own cult. You never want to start your own cult. You always want to join a cult, which is why I'm willing to take all the headache and effort away. See? That sounds actually amazing. Actually, I'm in. Good. First member. There we go. See? You don't even have to think. There's some pretty serious advantages to that. I'll take it all off your plate. It'll be fine. This is probably true. we would hold meetings over a seafood buffet every Friday. Yeah, definitely. We're down. Brian understands how this cult will operate. Brian would be a good leader of the... I think Brian's all in the I don't have to do anything part. We'll put Brian in the recruitment team. Brian would work well as a recruiter for the cult. It would have to be leading the path towards Peach's castle. You know what? At this point, honestly, I think this is where Peach is at right now, and the kind of evil wrath that Brian wants for not having like a legit Peach's castle right now. She is hot. There's no doubt about that. Look, nobody follows a queen if she's not hot. Let's be honest. You got the Old Bay goldfish? And. Speak. Speak unto me the wonders of the wonderful. They are amazing. Nice. I are excited. Yes! Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Were they at the Target? Was that the thing? What are Old Bay? Oh, Stop and Shop. I'm impressed. Yeah, the only place that have alleged to have them here was my Stop and Shop, and they were out, and a Target that was out. So I was like, I haven't been able to find them. Old Bay goldfish. So Brian, they're basically the Pepperidge Farm goldfish. But instead of cheese or pizza or, Wiener Schnitzel or whatever other flavors they have, they're covered in Old Bay. That's their seasoning. The tastinesses. Alyssa missed the creation and anointing of our queen. We, raising money for St. Jude's, we decided... the $100 minifig challenge, we would community build a queen for the rumored and alleged upcoming castle set. So we basically made an undead future queen, wizard, benevolent evil ruler queen. How is what the selling point? What is Old Bay? So Old Bay is a seafood seasoning, generally. You use it in a crab boil. It is, while it does have spices in it, it's not spicy hot. There's heat in it, but it's really low key. It's more about flavor and seasoning. The queen is supposed to look demented, Cat. That's the point. It's for the kids. See, once again, it only proves my theory that an elephant was, in fact, a mouse designed by committee. That's what happens when everybody gets involved. Things go sideways. What's really great is, she really is kind of out there. I mean, she sewed her teddy bear's mouth shut. Come on. Alyssa loves her because really, this is clearly a daddy's issue Barbie right here. That's the pretty girl that had all the daddy issues, and that's what it did to her. It's Carrie post-prom. Although that was kind of more like Barbie. That was kind of more like a mommy issues Barbie. She needs more blood. Somebody call Lego, tell them to make more bloodied figures. All right, so what's the notes on this? The lampshade element, which I was just putting together, is actually a cupcake element from the Lego Friends sets. Yeah, so that's the second Friends element that we've had just on this floor. So we have the roller, which, like I said, is one of my favorite parts. I actually bought that for my minifig that I take on trips with me. I have the blue one for him. So now there's a... But this is, yeah, it's an inverted cupcake from Friends. Mommy issues Barbie for sure, yeah. You hope the baby elephants next door go to bed soon? They're running up and down the... Ooh. Do you have neighbor children that are loud? Or is it thundering out? I see there's some pretty nasty weather across the country today, so I'm just thankful it wasn't here. Today was actually beautiful here. We're like 68 degrees, light breeze. Lots of sun. It was a good, pretty day out. There it is. Wait, where is she? She's even creepier with the damn teddy bear. You got ice cream after work from a local place that has all kinds of handmade flavors. Nice. Really good handmade flavors are amazing. We have a place not far from me called the Ice Cream Machine. Easily the best handmade ice cream ever. I had blueberry and goat cheese ice cream. That's not something... So, blueberry and goat cheese. There's... so you shop at Stop and Shop. They sell at Stop and Shop a goat cheese rolled in little tiny Maine blueberries. That's what that's making me think of. It's like the ice cream version of that and sounds amazing. Mac, how are you doing tonight? How's your week been? That's it exactly? Nice. That stuff goes good on a charcuterie board, let me tell you. All the tasty goodness. Two celebrity deaths today. I heard Ray Liotta. I didn't realize Andrew Fletcher died. Wow. Yeah, I saw the Ray Liotta thing. That sounds... I wonder what's going to come out about Ray Liotta's death, because they just said he died in his sleep. I mean, I knew he had health issues in the past, but he was apparently filming a movie. He was... Where did they say it was? Costa Rica, I want to say? Yeah, he was only 67, I know. He was so young. You know, I think that way now. I mean, God willing, my mother lives another 6 months. She'll be 92. So when I see 67 in my brain, it's like, you know, I know my mom's health issues. It's like 67 is like super, super young to me. Do I want to become famous? No, I would prefer to live in darkness, despair, and misery most of my life, but thanks. Thanks, Brian. Look, it's about life choices, kids. Fletch also died in his sleep. He was also 60? All right. Was today the rapture and no one told us? Yeah, Brian is the only one allowed to be famous on Twitch. Only Brian. None shall pass. Rockin' and the rollin'. XQ. I know Shroud's kind of killing it right now. Nowhere near. What's the name? Critical Role's doing pretty all right. Pretty all right. Drop the Doritos. So for those who follow or pay attention to the other random stuff I do, we recorded a new episode of Friday Push to Prod today with an absolutely amazing social media manager and community manager and influencer manager who's currently with Stoic and was previously running social strategy for a little indie RPG called Elden Ring. It was a really great conversation. If you missed it, it will be on the YouTube channel tomorrow, and it'll also be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere quality podcasts are found. They just don't realize that we keep sneaking ours on there. Yeah, Critical Role's at 45K. Shroud's at 20,000. Asmongold did 270,000 with a depth trial. That is something that actually really small YouTubers have been doing lately and exploding. They're getting millions and millions of views per video by just basically doing commentary about the Amber Heard trial. How are you not in the Discord? I don't know. Must be those daddy issues. You are always welcome in the Discord. Trivia block party? We're going to rock it? All right. I was talking to someone today about the Florida Man stuff. They did not believe it was a real thing, so I actually had to produce an image of the card. What? Like basically do live commentary on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp defamation trial? Oh no, that would be totally on brand for you, Brian. I mean, look, if Disney is okay with FaZe Clan, you can do whatever you want at this point. I no longer understand the meaning of family friendly and brand safe. Disney hooking up with FaZe Clan is like, I'm still trying to get my brain around that one. Hey, Michaels, how are you? We also got a Florida Man going. Yeah, Deanna. So if you don't know who FaZe Clan are, they're a really popular esports team for the most part. They're not brand safe, generally speaking. And should I ignore FaZe Clan or is that so FaZe Clan is, yeah, if you're into esports, you probably know who they are. I would not consider them brand safe. I have actually recommended against their use a few times to clients just because they wanted really family friendly. And then Disney goes and rocks my world by starting a partnership with them. And now I don't even know which end is up. It's a little crazy. Shozen, yeah, you didn't hear about that? It's mostly a merch deal, but it's just two brands. I'm sorry, it's the Ritz cracker on the Oreo. That's what it is. You have a funny story I heard about them, actually. Forgot to... All right. Was Hydra busy? Right, just go for Cutie Pie. All right, here we go. It's time for the feud, late night edition. Name a child's game adults change the rules to when they play. All of them? Name a child's game adults change the rules to when they play. There are 7 top answers on this card, by the way. 7. Chutes and Ladders. That would be a very different game if adults played. Surviving the Day. Ooh, chocolate cake. I did not have chocolate cake. Candyland? Candyland would be a very different game. So far, Twister is number 4. Twister was in fact number 4. Shozen says Slip and Slide. Yeah. A couple of these I don't consider children's games. Huh. Cops and Robbers. Sexy cops and hot robbers. Hide and seek. Hide and seek is actually number 1. Matt, hide and seek is number 1. Poker, but is that a children game? So card games is the number 2 answer. But, I mean, I don't know. It seems such a broad answer. I guess it's any and all card games. It's a whole different meaning to Pokemon, that's for sure. Yeah, it feels overbroad. So number 1 is hide and seek. Number 2 is cards. Number 3 is Monopoly. Number 4 is Twister, which I know Slug got. New twist to Magic the Gathering. Heck yeah. Here's where it starts to get weird. Tag makes sense, but here's 2 that I don't consider technically children's games. Maybe teenagers, but not children. Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare. Tap that land. I don't consider Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare as children's games. They feel like they're for older kids, not what I would consider children. Because, like, you guys, like, when I heard that, I was like, Slip and Slide and Cops and Robbers and Hide and Seek. Yeah, those are tween games. Like late middle school, right? Not children's games. Exactly. All right, backside. In one word... Oh, geez. Remember, these are after dark, so here we go. In one word... I really wish Spud were here right now. Describe your first sexual experience. In one word, describe your first sexual experience. Spin the bottle. Oh, no, that's more than one word, right? Abstain. I think, no, it was first kiss, yeah. I don't know, Brian. I'll accept abstain as either your answer or your refusal to answer. I feel it works for both. There you go. Awkward. I think awkward works for this one too. I'll go with that. All right. So I'm pretty sure it was for first kiss as well, but awkward is actually the number 1 answer. There are 7 answers, though. Awkward just happens to be number 1. Disappointing is probably one. Disappointing is number 6. Which I feel good about. I'd be sad for people if it was like number 2. Quick is probably on there. So fast. Fast is on here. It's number 4. Any other guesses what's on here? I feel really bad for the people that answered like with the number 7 answer. So the number 1 answer was awkward. Number 2 was awful. That's worse than disappointing. Number 2 was awful. Ugh. Number 3 was scary. Number 4 was fast. Right? Quick. Number 5 was amazing. So at least it made the list. There you go, Shozen. Number 7 is disappointing. And number 2 was funny. I mean, number 8 was funny. Only 2 people replied. I really want to know what happened there. I've never heard anyone refer to their first sexual experience as funny. But I feel like there's a story in that, and I kind of want to seek those 2 people out now. It really was getting depressing, wasn't it? It's like all these people with miserable first experiences. I know. But it just feels like it's one of those things where you ask it and you can hear the person go, funny story about that. And then just they're off. They're off and running, right? Oh, you know what? This is one of those really high-end boutique hotels. You know how I can tell? I'll show you. This is like super high-end boutique right here. Big money stuff going on. Then we'll do some 80s trivia. The noises he's making while trying out his Oculus? Uh-oh. Is this some not safe for work stuff going on? The moans were pretty hot. They stock vodka in the minibar. Oops. Wrong item. Not gonna lie. No, see, in the penthouse suite, because that's what we're building now, you get the fancy chocolates on the bed. You get the fancy box of chocolates on the bed. That's when you know you're staying in a quality joint. I love the fact that all three of them, we were talking the other night while we were building the other beds. I don't think I've ever encountered a bed build in any modular that had the same build twice. So I think every bed, regardless of how old the modular is until now, and even now that I'm thinking about it, like the town apartment 3-in-1, the bed build's different. I don't think I've ever built the same bed twice. They're all different. There's 3 unique bed builds just in this set. The chocolates are the first trap for them to charge you. Could be. Could very well be. I think you got to be strong, though. You know? Just got to be strong, not cave. Don't hit up the minibar. Don't hit up the chocolates. You got to be careful now going to hotels. Even a bottle of water, man, they'll stick you for it. It'd be like $6. I've been in hotels where it's just like a normal bottle of like Aquafina. And if you don't read the little note under it, you end up with $6 on your bill, and then you're trying to explain that expense. I mean, you spent $6 for a bottle of water. Technically, I didn't, but... Yeah, that's exactly right. You got to watch out, because they will. End up with the expensive ones. All right, 80s trivia, now that we got our fancy chocolates on the bed. I've seen that, and it's like, no, charge me if I eat it, but just opening it, it's like, well, you know, you may have replaced it. So if I replaced it, who gives a shit? As long as I replaced it with the same thing. I've had that conversation with the concierge once. It's like, if I ate a Snickers bar and I put back the exact same Snickers bar size and type, why do you care? There was a moment of weakness, then a moment of sanity, and I put it back. All right, here we go. 80s trivia. In what year did the Berlin Wall fall? In what year did the Berlin Wall fall? So I'm calling bullshit on their answer because it says 1990. In reality, it was 1989 when they first knocked down and knocked open sections and nobody cared. They didn't actually start dismantling the wall until 1990, though. So, I mean, that one's... It's 80s trivia, and to have the 1990s as an answer is... That's a party foul in my book. Big party foul. Yeah, that, you know, is when you saw the guys up on the wall with the sledgehammers, to me, that's when it really fell. Or at least what it stood for fell. It may not have actually been the demolition of the wall, but only a few cracks and some sections taken out and people moving freely back and forth between them with no one really trying to stop them. To me, that's when the thing the wall signified ended. Right, exactly. When no one got shot for breaking it down, that was really the end. At that point, it was just an edifice. It wasn't an actual obstacle anymore, from what I could tell. So yeah, I would definitely consider that the wall fell at kind of thing. All right, things they don't teach you in school or Texas. Or Florida, for that matter. Your favorite movie is 1, 2, 3 with Jimmy Cagney? You highly recommend it. I'll have to go look. I will have to look that up. I have a lot of things to watch this weekend. People have been recommending some really cool sounding stuff, so I got to go digging. All right, here we go. According to scientists, what is the maximum height that a tree can reach? And just in general, what is the maximum height for a tree? It's an interesting thought. I mean, clearly there's some physics at work here. Things can only get so big. Say 280 feet. You're not far off. You're about halfway there. I'm going with 280 feet because Slug Biker used big words. The use of big words always indicates superior knowledge and certainty. You don't remember the actual limit, just the reason why it's limited? That counts. Knowing why it's limited is just as important as knowing how limited. Arguably more. So according to the fine people at whoever these people are, 430 feet is kind of like max action. Why do pigs roll around in the mud? This I know. This I already know. Yeah, I didn't think trees could get that tall either. I was thinking in the 200, maybe 250 range. But 430 feet. Agent is back from the metaverse. And he says to cool off. Are you cooling off after some time under the hood? Because Deanna was in here saying you were making all sorts of grunting and huffing and puffing and sunscreen. Actually, that's a pretty good answer. That makes, like, sense. You got 89? It was hot. Deanna distracted me with discussion of how hot your moaning was. Why do pigs roll around in the mud? Because pigs cannot sweat. So instead, they roll around in mud, which provides protection against the sun and keeps their body temperature at a normal level. And I imagine sunscreen probably is you know, according to the answer, it's a general protection from the sun, because the day star is evil. The day star causes cancer. We don't like it. I know they do get sunburned. So it does function. The mud does function as a kind of sunscreen. Totally. Not evil in and of itself. Without the day star, we all die. Yes, but with the day star, we all die. And eventually, the day star is going to expand and swallow us all. So, at best, I think the day star has questionable motives. I think the day star's motives are sus. We all die anyways. That's also true. At this rate, yeah, that's true. The day star is the least of our worries at that point. At this point, it's very much a non-concern. All right, what else we got? Here we go. Next up. Oh, look. Oh, okay, this is great. If you've been watching the trial, then you know the answer to this question. This is wild. Johnny Depp altered his tattoo that said Winona Forever when his relationship with Winona Ryder ended. What did he change it to? Great. I feel like I'm on a trend now. It's like, let's talk about Depp and Heard. Let's talk about the tattoo. I'm gonna get all the kid views now. The tattoo used to say Winona Forever. Then he had it changed after they broke up. What does it say now? And it did actually come up in the trial. The fact that I know it came up in the trial, I'm a little bit ashamed of that. So the tattoo was changed to say Wino Forever, which Amber's team did attempt to use to show that there was something wrong with him. What else we got? This is worse. A, why do people know this? B, why do people want to know this? How long is a gorilla's penis during an erection? I got nothing. Wait, did that really... Brian says 4. Agent says 5. Cat says too long. Too big. Slug says 3. I was building what now? All right, just remember you asked me to repeat it. How long is a gorilla's erect penis? In inches. Don't throw me any metric bullshit. They're small by comparison to their body size. And most primates are. Look. Can I speak to all the gorillas in the world? It's okay. All right? It's okay. Don't let it bother you. Size isn't everything. An erect gorilla penis is 1.5 inches. Again, in my brain, I'm like, what scientist is out there risking life and limb? And if they're knocking the gorilla out, I have a whole other series of questions for you. Poor gorillas. Get some more Build-O-Rama. Brothers in arms. All right, here we go. The wildly antiquated and grossly out of date Trivial Pursuit. Men are the ones with a measuring stick, which is why my theory is that the Lacoste cave paintings are by women because lots of hands, no penises. Or gorillas, and they were just, let's not talk about this. We have really big hands. Which, again, proving myths left and right. Gorillas got big hands. In geography, what ocean does the Gulf of Panama lead into? One of the other. What ocean does the Gulf of Panama lead into? Slug says Pacific, Otaku says Pacific, Cat says Pacific, Thea says Pacific. 1.5 inches, Agent. I'm saying Pacific because the other side is Caribbean. Yeah, the other side would be the Caribbean. But it's also the Gulf of Panama, the Gulf of Mexico would be on, I guess what would be the Caribbean side. But yeah, it is the Pacific. It flows into the Pacific. In entertainment, what TV comedian demanded, "Now cut that out"? God, that's going back. Sherman to the Wayback Machine. Way back in time. Way, way, way back in time. We'll see. Slug says Jack Benny. Dave Coulier. I can break out the Mr. Peabody references. I remember the original. That used to be one of my favorite shows because it was actual, like, occasionally informative. So it was actually Jack Benny. Now cut that out. Rochester. You got some of those Peabody and Sherman and Rocky and Bullwinkle on DVD. Really? I haven't seen any of the real Peabody and Shermans in ages and ages and ages. There was like a brief revival, but it was kind of like that early bad CGI animation. Oh, they were so terrible. Wasn't there a movie? Didn't they make a movie that was equally bad or worse? I think there was. In history, what city saw 42 die and $44 million in property damage in the summer of 1967? Yeah, I never saw it either. I vaguely remember it being a thing that happened. With the emphasis on vaguely. Didn't David Tennant play Peabody? I don't remember. Like I said, I didn't see it. I know it exists. Yes, Slug, 1967. 42 dead, 44 million in property damage. You have no idea? Los Angeles? No, it was not Los Angeles. It was Detroit. It's the Detroit riots. You can't have Rocky and Bullwinkle et al. Without Edward Everett Horton. Facts. In arts and literature, what 1920s female writer is credited with the term the Lost Generation? What female writer is credited with the term the Lost Generation? It is not Parker. Good guess, though. Yeah, actually, it is Gertrude Stein. So it's like really early, but yeah, it is. Gertrude Stein. Very, very, very early for her. May even be one of the earliest things she did. June 4A for Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yep. Science and nature. What is the most common color of lapis lazuli? And I'm probably saying that wrong, but that's how I've always said it, so. Blue, 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 blue. I'm blue, but I don't need up. I was really wondering if anybody was going to say something other than blue. You only know because of Minecraft. It is blue, by the way. All right, Brian. I'm betting everything on you. You're my champion for this next one. In sports and leisure, who won the Triple Crown in leading the Boston Red Sox to the 1967 American League pennant? It is literally the only old-timey baseball name I know that isn't Babe Ruth. Who cares? I couldn't agree more, Mech. It's not my thing, but it's on the tip of your tongue. Actually, that is the correct answer. Bob, tip of the tongue. He was rapidly traded to the minor leagues, but for a brief moment, he was there. You had me at Triple Crown. You lost me at Red Sox. Carl Yastrzemski. Carl Yastrzemski is the correct answer. Yeah, I know. When it's that threw me too when it said Triple Crown and then it went baseball. I was like, all right, there's a Triple Crown in baseball? Whoops. We fling parts off the building. Oops. You saw his son once at a AAA game. You assume it was a son? Yeah, what are the odds of it not being a relative of some sort? I would think very low. Very, very low. But, I mean, end of the day, you never know. I mean, I'm sure it's not an utterly unique name. But I would also say it was probably pretty rare. Late 80s, yeah, that timing would work. It would definitely work. And now what I've been waiting for. Florida Man! Part of me that kind of wants banjo music for this. Here we go. I'm going to give you 3 headlines. 2 are true, 1 is false. They're all from Florida, so good luck with that. A. Florida woman arrested after hiding marijuana in a child's lunchbox. Good parents in Florida. B. Florida man rescued from sea clinging only to inflatable sex doll. Please, God, let that be true. C. Florida man claimed to be the Lord Satan and exposed himself. A, B, or C? C is false. C is false. We got 2 votes for C. You're going to go with A is false? Otaku's bucking the trend and going for Florida woman arrested after hiding marijuana in child's lunchbox. Shozen says Florida man rescued from sea clinging only to inflatable sex doll is false. And most of the chat seems to think that Florida man claimed to be Lord and exposed himself. Is false. Why would he? Man, I don't know why people in Florida do the shit they do. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in Florida I don't want to know why they do. I'd be perfectly content not knowing they do it at all. And regardless of why he had it, isn't he glad he did?
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
Hyena Plus, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. Drop a hello in the chat. Say hi if you're new here. Welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Tashimi Me? What a great name. Hi and welcome. We are hanging out building the boutique hotel. We're playing some trivia. We're also playing a little game we play from time to time. Something new we've added. It's called Florida Man. I kid you not, it is a real and actual game. Doing really well. They have cards and everything. Deanna, thank you for gifting that sub to Local Brick Shop. Hey man, how you doing? So I'll reread the question so you guys can play along, all right? I'm gonna read you 3 Florida Man headlines. 2 are true, 1 is false. Here we go. Everybody seems to think it's C, so I'm going to tip you off into what the prevailing thinking is here. Right? Tsushimi, thank you for the follow. Rex, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you guys jumping in here. Disco Duck, I absolutely love that name. Deanna, thank you for gifting that tier 1 sub to Hyena Plus. Thank you. So, hey, Blasted. Welcome. One of your favorite people? Sweet. I like when people's favorite people show up. Another gifted sub from Deanna to Blasted Days. Thank you so much. Days, rock with those emotes. We got some good follow emotes for those of you that just followed. We got some fun animated and regular sub emotes, including our psychedelic rave peep bunnies. So here we go. Florida Man scares you, Disco Duck. You'll like this then. You ready? Here we go. A, Florida woman arrested after hiding marijuana in a child's lunchbox. B, Florida man rescued from sea clinging only to an inflatable sex doll. And C, Florida man claimed to be Satan, the Lord Satan, exposed himself. A, B, or C, 1 is false, 2 are true. 1 is false, 2 are true. Deanna, thank you for those gifted subs. Guys, if you got a gifted sub from Deanna, Goddess of D's, please say thank you and consider paying it forward in the future. Sashimi Me says false is A. Jurassic says B. Local Brick Shop says A. So, C, Florida man claimed to be Lord Satan exposed himself is true. For a while, the chat was really leaning towards C being the false one. That's sadly true. B, Florida man rescued from sea clinging only to inflatable sex doll is a cause of great disappointment for me. That is false. I really wanted that one to be true because I was trying to figure out how they would post that picture in the paper. And finally, A, Florida woman arrested after hiding marijuana in child's lunchbox, which seems like just one of those things that is entirely too plausible, is in fact true. So who was it that said B? Jurassic said B. I think Shozen said B too, didn't he? I thought he did. You said B, Blasted? Nice, good call. Yeah, that's a new ad. I actually had a cousin. For the record, I'm originally from Florida. So none of these apply to me. I got away before they all went nuts. Agent, thank you for gifting that sub to Rexy. Thanks for giving that sub to Rex is a dinosaur. Boom, boom, shakalaka, boom, boom. And if you get the was not was reference, you are absolutely my people. Who is boom booming? Do you know the song? Wait, who understands the reference boom boom shakalaka boom boom? It's a 90s thing. Did you float away without needing rescuing? It is not. Although that's a good guess. A good guess. It very good. Dice, you can be my friend. It is by a group called Was Not Was. It's called Walk the Dinosaur. It's a 90s tune. That's why Rex is a dinosaur made me think about it. Is it in Madagascar, the movie? Nice. Yeah, that's an old song. It's a fun song. That and what was their other good song? It was actually just on the radio the other day. I heard it probably the first time in 10 years. Spy in the House of Love. Look up Was Not Was, Spy in the House of Love. Great song. Where can you get that? That is a fantastic question. My cousin got it for me. Where's the box? I would imagine you could get it on Amazon. So it is actually a game. There's a board game. We just use the cards from it. There's a board game with markers and the whole deal. So you could play it in a group setting IRL if you wanted to. It just makes for a fun kind of like breaking the conversations. But yeah, it's probably, I would say Amazon. I don't think you could find this at Target, maybe Walmart, but almost certainly Amazon. Did you see it at Target? Could be. I don't put anything past it. I mean, that's where I got the Family Feud game. That's where the Family Feud came from. It was Target. In fact, it's on sale. I just noticed today or yesterday. It was on sale for $13. Walk the Dinosaur was in the Super Mario movie? Really? That one and I Feel Better Than James Brown are great ones by them. Was Not Was, I think, Was Not Was. Was Not Was. Underrated at the time, I think. You weirdly looked at that game last week and thought about picking it up. It's got some crazy shit going on. I mean, we'll do another card real quick. So here's the three. Ready? Remember, 2 are true, 1 is false. A, Florida woman and group of followers believe her son is the second coming of Christ. That sounds like some people I knew in Florida. B, Florida man arrested after pile of burning pot plants at home attracts attention. Or C, Florida man spits half-eaten food into woman's mouth during road rage incident. Yuck. Ew. Nasty. So of those three, A, B, or C, which is the lie? Which is the fake? B has to be false. Florida man arrested after pile of burning pot plants at home attracts attention. Brickshop says that's false. Blasted says A, Florida woman and a group of followers believe her son is the second coming of Christ is false. Dude, it is Florida. Come on. You don't know. All ridiculous. I'm picking B. Why burn them? I mean, that's what the DEA does. They burn them. Yeah, it could have been an accident. Good point. Cat says C. Florida man spits half-eaten food into woman's mouth during road rage incident is false. All right, so B, Florida man arrested after pile of burning pot plants at home attracts attention is true. That's true. Seems like a waste of money, but okay. I mean, the cops are going to burn it for you. Why bother? Yeah, the only problem is the giant smoke signal and the funny smell for a mile and a half. C, Florida man spits half-eaten food into woman's mouth during a road rage incident is disgustingly true. So gross. Yeah, but Florida man, fair. And the false headline is Florida woman and group of followers believe her son is the second coming of Christ. Look, I know some Florida women, and most of them believe their child is the second coming. So, you know, just saying. 2 for 2. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do this because we got new folks. All right, so you guys can do a round. We usually have these as redeems. They can be redeemed a couple of times a night just for like shits and giggles. So this, like I said, I did get at Target. It happens so often it's not news. It's true. All right, here we go. Time for the feud. Top 4 answers are on the card. Are we ready? Name something people do with an engagement ring when the wedding gets called off. Name something people do with a wedding ring when the engagement gets called off. Slug says sell it. Slug's just ringing up the register. Cha-ching. Money, money, money. You don't get crap for them, though, if you sell them. That's the thing. There are few things worth less than a used ring. Legally, you're supposed to... I don't think it's a legal thing, Slug. I think it's customary. But I don't think there's... I don't know. I haven't seen that episode of Judge Judy. So, we could ask Jerry Springer. He might know. Pawn it. Give it away. Pawn it. Reuse it. That's very, very romantic of you, Sushi. Sell it. Throw it away. Sell it. Pawn it. Take it off. And do what with it, Rex? Rickshop says return it. Any jewelry's terrible return on value. It's true. You do better if you don't try to sell it as jewelry and just sell it for scrap gold. Throw it back in their face. I like it. I'm down. Shove it down the bastard's throat. Wait. What if it's the woman? Wait. We're just assuming the guy's like... Come on. What if the woman called it off? You don't know, you've never been engaged? So the number 1 answer is sell it. Number 2 is pawn it. Because remember, pawning it isn't exactly the same thing as selling it. Number 3 is give it back, return it. And for all you aggressive ladies out there, number 4 is throw it. So there you go. Vindication. And the backside, the other half of this card. What might someone do soon after a bitter breakup? I got a feeling throwing stuff's going to be a very popular answer here. Eat ice cream. I don't need you. I got ice cream. I don't need a man. And yes, destruction of his property. Eat ice cream, party, set fire to stuff, poop the bed. And we're right back to the depth trial. Get rid of pictures. Hey, I like that one. I don't know, but seems like you're better off not getting married if it's not going to work out. Better to find out before the wedding. Fair. Trash the other person's possessions. There's some vindictive women in this chat tonight. What the hell? Cut up their stuff. Get rid of their stuff. That actually sounds worse than cut it up. Get rid of it makes it sound like their stuff and the body are going to end up in a landfill somewhere. What was the question, Agent? What might someone do soon after a bitter breakup? Revenge point. Oh, no. No. That is illegal. Go on a sex binge. But remember, if you're in Florida and you're going on a cruise for your sex binge, bring an inflatable doll. You may need to use it as a flotation device later. There are 6 of the top answers on the card, by the way. I did ask for logical answers. That's fair. Find a rebound. Nice. I understand the emotion. Like you may want to. I mean, I get that. Buy bigger tires. There's my Spud Hill Farms. The answer to all of life's mysteries are, by the way, buy bigger tires. Buy more Lego is also an acceptable answer. That should be the number 1 for this group. All right. So what might someone do soon after a bitter breakup? Number 7, throw things out. Which now I'm worried because that would include Lego. That's bad. You should sell that. Number 6 is date someone else. Number 4, sorry. There were 6 answers. Number 4 is the incredibly uncool diss them. Who said hook up? Find a rebound? Sashimi me? That's number 3. Hook up. Number 2 is cry. And number 1 is drink. Or for the Black Eyed Peas fans, drank. Crying is good, then ice cream or alcohol, right? You won't, but it definitely... It does happen. I mean, it was on the list. Crying is good. I think crying can be cathartic and is probably needed in some of those cases. And I think it's valid for both sides, right? Ben & Jerry's and Agent Prometheus fixed all the holes in your heart. So I understand Agent's role. What was the Ben & Jerry's? Spackle? Just stopped to get fuel on the way home. Got to go back to lurking. Okay. Gas them up and roll them out. Get bigger tires while you're at the gas station. The most common answers. What did I do? Agent, it's a positive? Agent says you didn't do it. Can't prove it. Nice. No spoilers, but I encourage you to check out the New Zealand Lego Masters. Yeah, I think I've managed to watch one so far. I think I saw the first one. I've got to check out the other ones. And just to remind everyone, officially today, it was announced that Brick and Nick from our very own Lego brick building community here on Twitch will be on Lego Masters Season 3 here in the US. Huge props to Nick. Truly, without exaggeration, probably the OG brick building streamer, community builder, whatever you want to call him. Right, officially. So, you know, I think it's been sort of hinted at. It's been going around, but now it's announced and official. You know, it's like league sets. We know they're coming. Yeah, Blasted. Absolutely. 100%. Yep. I think he's doing a stream tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I'm pretty sure I saw that tweet. Or I'm making things up, which is fair because the internet scares me and sometimes that's how I cope. I don't know. All of a sudden there's a lot of cats in my Twitter feed, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, they moved it. They moved it. It was originally supposed to be basically Sunday night, this coming Sunday, but they delayed the release until fall. Oh, maybe that's why my Twitter feed's going a trillion miles an hour as it's catching up. But yeah, Twitter's up. Yeah, they moved it to the fall. There was an announcement, about a week ago, I guess, about it moving. So, which is good because that means it's during sweeps now. And a lot more eyeballs are going to be on it, I think. Good for everyone. Certainly good for Nick. I actually found out that in the announcements, someone else I know who's in a group that I'm part of, and I've talked about him here before. It's the minifig package that I get every month. It's basically a little bundle of minifig parts that comes every month. It's a subscription service. One of the members of that community is actually going to be on it too. So it's kind of neat. We seem to be getting more and more acknowledgement of amazing brick builders by both Lego and the nation, really. I mean, we have Nick now, obviously Dan between the bricks. He's on Lego Masters New Zealand currently. So that's great. Obviously, Flynn and Richard, who were part of, the raid train for a while on Tuesdays. I am Billsy, who is still part of the Tuesday raid train. Lots of Lego Master contestants and participants. Very cool stuff. Yeah, I know, Blasted. Waiting till fall kind of sucks. Lego Masters every day on Twitch. Oh, well, thanks. I would say by and large, yeah, this community is full of some pretty amazing people. And to be really, really honest, I think more importantly, I think this community, from a creator standpoint, is supported by some truly amazing people. Because if you guys aren't watching and participating and showing up, this is all kind of sad, to be honest. No, it all kind of, it's like, why do we do it then? So thanks to all of you, we get to do this, and that is wildly appreciated by me. So yep, I agree, Deanna. What am I missing? Did I skip a step? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I didn't. Lots of communities on Twitch are supportive of each other. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, the Lego community is better than anybody. But we are definitely among the most supportive, in my opinion. For whatever that is worth. We are rocking. For those that just showed up, we'll go back over something we did earlier. In the midst of all this building, we never stay on track on this stream, by the way. This stream is like ADHD live. It really is. So this week and throughout the weekend, I'm raising money for St. Jude's. We're trying to raise $500 for St. Jude's Children's Hospital to help find a cure for children's cancers. And one of the milestones we hit earlier today was the $100 milestone, which was to group build a minifig, come up with kind of a custom minifig for the stream. And Bricks O'Brien suggested we build a queen for the alleged upcoming castle set. So we kind of crowdsourced an evil plague doctor from the future wizard queen. And used a bunch of minifigs. She's kind of a little bit of a zombified Queen of Death with her plague doctor / raven head, her little evil teddy bear. She's got her potion and her book of spells. You're excited for more castle? I'm always in for castle stuff, 100%. Yeah, I liked the pouch. I liked the sewn up dress, the sewn up tear in the dress too. I'm looking forward to the Forestman set. That's the GWP that comes out on the 15th. It's kind of like a goth teddy bear. Where is it? He's got little X'd out. One of his eyes is X'd out because he lost the button. The mouth is sort of stitched shut. Why did the GWP say Legoland? Because it's using the retro package naming. There was a point in time where all of the sets with minifigs were part of Legoland. It was kind of the theme. Just like city used to be town. It used to be Legoland Town. Way, way, way back. Shozen, I saw that. The Winnie the Pooh horror movie. In fact, Agent and I were talking about it. It looks like Hotline Miami. It really does. We were talking about that in the movie section of the Discord. Blasted, you too, man. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Hope to see you again. You pop back in. We're here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 10 p.m. Eastern until usually 1 or 2 a.m. Eastern time. So we're on kind of late, but we're pretty reliably here. This Saturday, however, I won't be here because I will be on Moore's stream doing his podcast with him. We'll be doing Crossing the Streams Saturday at 10. So make sure you check that out. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think I saw that comment. Or if I did, I just kind of was skimming past before I jumped back online. But you're not wrong, by the way. That's true. It does kind of have that vibe. So the podcast is More and More. He hosts it, and I will be his guest on Saturday. Goddess of D's dropped the link with the shout out to More and More. It's twitch.tv/more, M-O-R-E, Amor, A-M-O-R. There it is. So, yep, we'll be there on Saturday night. Talking Twitch, talking about content creation and the brick building community, and having a good old time. I hope. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Why can I not find... There it is. A printed mirror tile. Does it actually work? No. 10 p.m. Eastern time, Blasted. 10 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. 7 Pacific. Oops. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, bring questions, whatever. Whatever you want to talk about. Which, by the way, this is probably a fair comment. For those that are here enough, they already know. But for anybody new dropping in, this is always an AMA stream. I really enjoy, frankly, just chatting with everybody, talking about your days, what's going on, what's happening. So always down to answer questions, share knowledge. Give bad advice. Whatever. Have a good night, Rex. Talk terrible foods. Yes. Talk some of the most unhealthy, but very delicious foods known to man. Which really, isn't that how it tends to work out? The more unhealthy the food, the more delicious. Isn't that like a law? You sugar crashed right after stream off your crumble cookies. I'm so excited that we're getting one. I cannot wait for this place to open. It's going to be all the tasty goodness. this. What's crazy is it is going right next to like one of our newer Chinese restaurants / sushi bar places. So I'm pretty excited. Headed off, Thea. You have a great night. Stay safe, be well. See you on the next one. Agent, I just saw the picture you posted in Just Chatting. That's like, it's like the centerfold, dude. Hey, Mac, I saw that. Is that the one with the whale, like the space whales, right? That's the new one. I saw the patch notes. I didn't read too far down into it. Did I read it correctly? Is that actually a ship you can get? You get like a space whale ship? Oh, Danny, you need to. It's a good game. Unknown yet? Okay. You own it and downloaded it, but haven't played it. That sounds like a Steam primary function, just to buy games and not actually play them. You just never got to play with us? Ah, okay. The onesie. Let's see. I have to take a look at that. Hey, who knows? I end up caving and getting an Oculus. May do it in VR. Seems like a sane and reasonable thing to do. Chase space whales in VR. Perfectly normal behavior. You never know. So we need another one of these. These, where do we go? That. He doesn't realize you're just going to steal his. It's going home. It's coming home. Ready or not. I'm going to assume that's that. This is another one of those times where the instructions really, the angle does not help at all with the build process. But if you had to, then you could play together, and God only knows what other things you could find to do in the metaverse. I'm just putting ideas out there. I'm not responsible for what you choose to do in the metaverse. Yeah, it's this isometric thing. I mean, over 1,000 practice attempts at building Lego so far, there's just angles that are, they're just weird. Suboptimal. My least favorite terms. What? Leave Texas? Who would ever leave Texas? It's such a wonderful state. We've had millennia of sexual encounters to perfect it, and we still get angles wrong. But now you get to add a whole new dimension. Suboptimal is generous. I know. Some of them are barely legible. Two, 4, 6, 7, 8. 9. So it is officially, for me at least, Friday. And I am very ready, very, very ready to kick off a holiday weekend. I totally am. I get to do something kind of cool on Sunday. And that is my cousin's son has been training to become an Amtrak conductor, which I think most people don't get, right? How that works or what a conductor actually does. What I've learned as he's been going through this process is it's actually a very challenging job that requires a huge amount of education and knowledge. And the most amazing thing I found out about becoming an Amtrak conductor is that there are a couple of like final exam type tests that you have to take, sort of like getting your pilot's license, right? You have to pass these tests. But one of the amazing things that I found out is there's a railroad signals test and then there's a test on air brakes. And you have to score 100% on both of these tests or you flunk and you have to go back through training. And I think you can only take them like twice. And I think about that and I think that seems to make sense, right? Because you don't want to be the person that scored the 90 on your signals test and screw up the signals when you're dealing with multiple trains on the same track and everything, right? But I think about it and I remember, way back when I was younger and I was going through my pilot's training, there is a written pilot's test, right, of general knowledge. You only need to score about 70%. As long as you're a C student, you can pass the written private test, which I always thought was really weird. I always felt like there should be a higher threshold, shouldn't there, for someone flying a plane? Yeah, no, the written is, as long as you understand basic navigation, I think the navigation questions are the hardest ones on there. But as long as you can get those right, you can pretty much breeze through a written. Understanding airspace is really all it is. Yeah, exactly, Slug. If you screw up the signals test, people will definitely die. And hopefully the check ride catches folks that shouldn't be... Right. But I was just so fascinated by the idea that, as a train conductor, because I never really realized what a train conductor does, right? They're basically responsible for everything that isn't the actual driving of the train. So if somebody's got to back into a siding, you're the guy at the back of the train on the walkie-talkie telling the engineer whether it's safe or the track's clear, the switch is the right way or whatever. So you have to get them right all the time. And they test that way. It's like you can't ever be wrong because when you're wrong, people die. So I'm really super, super impressed. He's, every little kid loves trains, right? So he's always loved trains all his life. And now he's actually going to go and do the thing. He will be, he's graduated, and on Sunday we're throwing him a party. He will be an Amtrak train conductor, which I think is super cool. Hey, Brick. having worked for the railroad, the signals are not that complex. I was just more impressed by the idea that it's not so many other transportation jobs. It's, good enough, right? Not perfect. Aircraft 70%. To pass the CDL test, you don't have to get everything on your written correct, right? It's the only transportation test for a professional transportation person that I've ever heard of that you must be flawless. He does get the cap. He does get the cap. He gets the cap and the suit, the whole deal. I'm really hoping somebody gives him a pocket watch because I feel like conductors should have a pocket watch, right? With the chain. Because I'd want to give him a really, really good one. And I couldn't afford it. It's one of those things you need. It needs to be, I say pocket watch. It needs to be a timepiece, You understand the difference? Like, there's a pocket watch and then there's a timepiece. You want to see the pocket watch? Right. A chronometer. There you go. Like, serious, it keeps time. Yeah. Just one of those crazy things. Oh, you guys are talking about crosswords? People that can do the New York Times crosswords in 10 minutes, I'm impressed by. I have a friend who can do it. Almost every time, too. And they only do it in pen. Because if you're doing it in pencil, you're basically cheating. Exactly, Matt. They're massive and slow to respond. If you make a mistake, even if you catch it instantly, reversing that mistake and correcting it is virtually impossible. Yeah, Sunday Times is the one they do and pretty much just knock it out, bang, bang, done. I find Thursday to be the hardest because they have stupid meta. Sunday's easy, it's just really large. That's fair. I've never really been a huge fan of crossword puzzles. And I can't tell you why, because I don't know. I just never been high on my list of the types of puzzles that I enjoy. I was never a crossword person, but I'll tell you what, watching Jacob and his best friend do a crossword puzzle together makes you want to get into it. Thursdays are the weird ones. Today wasn't terrible. Friday has hard clues, but nothing really messing with the answers. All right, I kind of like how they're doing these arches for these windows. You just in general want to get better at puzzles and trivia? That's fair. I just enjoy trivia because it makes it feel like all this useless information I've accumulated has value. Even though I know it doesn't. And it's not like I've gone out looking to learn this stuff. It's just pieces of information that just stick in my head and never go away. Nice. We get to step out on the balcony. Through the door. I like it. Kind of a cool, cool penthouse. You got the big console TV, which is very retro. Nice big bed. I'm guessing this is supposed to be kind of a radiator fireplace sort of deal over here in the corner. There's not a lot of detail to it, so I'm just going to make that assumption. We got a bathroom door. We got a stairway door. That's just the living area in the thing. We got a door out to the balcony. Spin these over. Enjoy trivia and puzzles. It's a fun challenge. Some people are really into speed solving the crosswords, but I'd rather just enjoy the solves. 7587. Close. 91,000 squares in a crossword puzzle. 7 foot by 7 foot. Holy crap, Matt. Where was that? I've seen the advertisements for like the poster that you can buy that's just a giant crossword puzzle, but I don't think it was that big. That's huge. That's going to take more than 10 minutes. New York Times has done a puzzle pack for Christmas, New Year's the last few years. That one's just a pain because you spend so much time just looking through the clue list to find stuff. Wow. It was certified? Oh, it was certified by the Guinness Book of World. Rick, you and Jacob, sometimes I swear you both say the same things at the same time. We're like, right, you know, we're on the same wavelength. We understand. We're right there. Whoa, wait! The No Man's Sky, the new No Man's Sky expedition has permadeath. When you die, your save gets zeroed out. Oh my god! But because it's an expedition, you have to start on a new save anyway, right? But still, that's brutal. I can't say I'm a fan of permadeath. I'll grab the trivia in a second here. Don't start the trivia yet. All right. Tell me when you're ready, Slug. We'll go. If you're halfway through and die, you lose it. Oh, that sucks. I am no fan of permadeath anything. I've always said it feels like permadeath and certain like really like hardcore RPGs and MMOs. It almost feels like their core design is to punish you for trying. And I hate that. There's a bug that will duplicate all your saves? No. Let's fill up the drive. I also find games that have permadeath often feel like they go out of their way to try and kill you. I appreciate, hey, we want to make it challenging, we want to make it hard, we want to make it difficult. It's fine, but you don't have to do permadeath to do that. Permadeath almost at that point feels like a cop-out, right? Because we couldn't make truly challenging mechanics, we made just ridiculous ones and killed you when you failed. It's like the antithesis of gameplay. Exactly. Absolutely agree. It's like you are telling me you don't want me to play your game. That is my perception of permadeath. If your game is designed to frustrate me, why am I playing your game? Being frustrated is not challenging. Shit, a million things a day frustrate me. I can do that on my own, thanks. I don't need to pay $60 for you to do it for me. I got that covered. Yeah, it just sounds right. It sounds like life. But get good, scrub. To which I say, get good, dev. Find a mechanic that isn't a cop-out. I'm going to be like all kinds of unpopular and shit. Watch. What are you talking about? If people play the games, then they must like something. True. And you know, I have played, you know, I mean, I played Final Fantasy XI for entirely too long. And that really is a game where, while not permadeath, it is one where if you try, it will punish you. It used to be, you know, back 2002 when it came out. If you tried to solo at all past like level 5, you were screwed, and you could de-level if you kept trying. So it was definitely a game of punishing you for your efforts. And I played it for a long time. There were things that were fun about it, but it was one of those things where at least it wasn't permadeath, right? It's like if you died, you could still, with the help of friends, get your level back. You could still, you know, level up or whatever. So while challenging and hard, it wasn't completely discouraging. Right. Oh, no, if you want to put a permadeath mode, sure. Don't make that like the core game challenge. Or like with No Man's Sky right now, with what Mech was just saying, don't make that the core of the mechanic. Don't punish me for participating in your event and not, you know, being perfect. To me, that just feels counter to everything. You did it. But no, but Deanna's right, Meg. It is a good conversation about is it a valid mechanic? Certainly in No Man's Sky, I understand it a little more because it's not a core mechanic. It's a mechanic of this expedition that's on its own save that doesn't impact the larger, now multi-year investment that most players have in the game. So in that context, I'm a little bit more okay with it. Fragile builds. So frustrating. Where'd it go? Oh, it almost landed in the toilet. It's landed right into crapper. Oops. Why is this now all messed up and weird? Oh. It's still files that can be backed up. That's fair. I mean, yeah, it is. How did I screw this up when it fell apart? Just for me, it's always what was the better game mechanic you could have used that wasn't so anti-player? I always thought it was funny. Like these people that wanted permadeath, open world, PvP, MMOs. Like, have you gone mad? You know? And I would kind of heckle them a little bit and be like, all right, so here's the deal. We'll make it open world PvP with permadeath. But here's the thing. When you die, your account is deleted and you have to go buy a new copy of the game, set up a new account, and start all over. Now does permadeath sound fun? Nobody ever took me up on that, by the way. Nobody. You're back? Okay. Oh, man, you got chocolate cake? I don't have chocolate cake. I did have an ice cream sandwich earlier tonight, though. Oh, that's it. Did you make that? Slug, did you make that cake? That looks good. Yes, you did. Nice. It looks very moist. All right, 80s trivia. Awesome 80s trivia, dude. The soap opera Dynasty made which oversized fashion popular in the 80s? Mocha buttercream frosting. That sounds delicious. Big hair? No. Big hair was already popular in the 80s. Blazers? The soap opera Dynasty made which oversized fashion popular in the 1980s? Chosen says hats. Michael says shoulder pads. Slug says shoulder pads. Matt says hair or shoulder pads. It is shoulder pads. Shoulder pads. Pauldrons. No shit, Fargonaut. They were big enough they could have qualified as pauldrons in many cases. That's true, because they were popular, what, like in the 50s, right? I can see Lauren Bacall in the shoulder pad, like pencil skirt kind of thing. In the 40s. Lauren Bacall, Katharine Hepburn. Was it the Hepburn movie? His Girl Friday? I can just see that outfit. Philadelphia Story. Things they don't teach you in school, except possibly in one county in upstate New York. How long does champagne stay bubbly after opened if the bottle is not resealed? How long does champagne stay bubbly after opening the bottle if the bottle is not resealed? Matt says 10 minutes. Matt doesn't need to reseal his bottles because that's about as long as they last. You know this to be true, but the bottle is not resealed. You're not putting anything back in. You're not putting a cork in. You're not putting a temporary stop. Nothing. Spud made it home. Yay. Did you find any larger tires on your way? So according to the card, it's 24 hours. Approximately. I only know what the cards tell me. What percentage of all the scientists who have ever lived are alive today? Your tires are perfect the way they are. I thought we wanted bigger tires. I thought bigger tires was like the everything. I feel kind of misled right now. Matt says 60%. Scientists, yes. What percentage of all the scientists or people who allege to be scientists or who know science or can pronounce science who have ever lived are alive today? Slug says 30%. Most people need bigger tires. I'm already maxed out. Fargonaut says 50%. Matt says 60%. The card says 90%, approximately. Which I guess makes sense. If you think about it a little bit. With these cards, I question the methodology of, like, things they don't teach you in school. How do they know? Question the name of the game. This is interesting. Do you burn fat if you sweat in a sauna? I do not want to be a customer service rep at a company that makes trivia games if Slug calls. I'm going to quit. That is definitely a let me speak to your supervisor call I will not be taking. She would be very polite, but they would be completely unanswerable questions. There would be like, what am I going to do? It would be totally off script. Like there'd be nothing written for these poor people. Do you burn fat if you sweat in a sauna? No, you don't. It's just water. Yeah, you're just sweating. You're not burning any calories. She would probably entertain the rep greatly. That's fair. Ooh. How long ago was the term America first used? Mind you, I said America, not Merca. America. $300 years. Matt says 300 years. Slug says 300 years. This is also going to be informative from the standpoint of how old are these cards. Or at least how old some of the questions are. Slug and Matt say 300 years. Michael says 400 years. United States of America in 1776, so it must have been in use for a while before then. Brick Girl says 200 years. Spud, are you saying since the 1800s or 1800 years ago? Shozen's paying attention. Fargonaut says 530. Vespucci sailed in 1500. So the answer is over 500 years ago. It was first sighted in 1507 on a world map. 500 years. Yep. That was the first map on which it appeared, apparently. Now to the pursuit of wildly outdated trivia. You try to remember that for Jeopardy. Sluck, have you ever taken the Jeopardy test? I'm curious. I have a few friends that have, and they've passed, but they've never been called. Every map before that, the world was flat. Matt, I got news for you. Every map since then has also been flat. You've gone as far as the interview process? That's cool. Fargonaut, you didn't know there was a test? Yeah, you can do a test. You can do them online now. So one of the devs, actually the dev basically responsible for all the storylines in the Lord of the Rings Online, he passed. And I think he went for an interview. I don't know where that all went because I left prior to the resolution of that. And a friend of mine of many, many years has also passed. He's passed it twice and never gotten past the interview process. Yeah, they only now that it feels like since the pandemic, it seems that they push it more. I've noticed Jeopardy now pushes that online test. You can't long form read on a computer. I don't know. Jeopardy questions are kind of short. Could you read multiple short things? All right, geography. What city is home to the Mayo Clinic? Your eyes burn out trying to read very much. What city and state, please, is home to the Mayo Clinic? Somewhere in Minnesota, eh? Yeah, Minnesota. The city in Minnesota is which? Fargonaut says Rochester. Next is Rochester, which is correct. Rochester, Minnesota. In entertainment, I haven't thought about these guys in a while. In entertainment, who backed up Sam the Sham? That's okay. We don't mark down for punctuation, Fargon. Your wife had her appendix out at the clinic, and really? The pickles.